what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. We have open conversation for both hours today on the schedule. You can give me a buzz on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. I've got my list that I'll get to in a minute. But if there's something else that you want to talk about that's not on my list, hey, that's fine. Give me a call. We'll chat about that as well. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Tireman's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicksonbaugh's Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Gary's Auto Sales, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. Okay, so you heard on the CBS News, authorities have arrested 29-year-old Jonathan Rindernut on suspicion of arson in starting the Pacific Palisades fires back in January of this year in the L.A. area. In that fire, 12 people were killed and over 6,800 buildings were burned and or damaged in that fire. Jonathan Rindernut, also goes by Jonathan Rinder, was arrested in Melbourne, Florida. I read something that's where he lives now, so more details to come, I'm sure. But it's nice to be able to, well, have a suspect anyway in that devastating fire, which people are still trying to recover from. Former FBI Director James Comey was in court this morning, being formally charged with making false statements to Congress and obstruction of a congressional hearing. So he has pled guilty to that, saying this is, it's a witch hunt by the Trump administration going after enemies. The prosecution says, no, a grand jury brought this indictment up, and Mr. Comey lied to Congress. So a trial has already been set. Trial date is January 5th of next year, with pretrial arguments set for both in November and December of this year. So we can chat about that, your thoughts on it. Is he guilty? Is he innocent? Is this just a retribution for being a critic of the current president? So give me a call on that. You also heard on the news, Joan Kennedy, former wife of 22 years to former and now deceased Senator Ted Kennedy, passed away at the age of 99. Mrs. Kennedy was a classically trained pianist, but she was also an advocate for mental health and addiction recovery. She herself, I think, suffered from alcoholism and had gone to rehab for treatment of that addiction, if I do remember correctly. So there's that. The Texas National Guard has arrived in Chicago for a 60-day deployment to protect federal functions, federal personnel, and federal properties. Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, says this is an illegal act done by the president, is not needed, and has distinguished ICE-free zones, so city property where federal agents are not allowed to use. All right. All right, let's do this one. Okay, Jay Jones. Jay Jones is the Democrat candidate for Attorney General down in Virginia. And he's making the news here a lot lately for a series of text messages he made while he was in the Virginia House of Delegates. He made these texts to a fellow member of the delegate, where he says some not nice things. Says he fantasizes about the death of the Speaker of the House at the time, Todd Gilbert, who is a Republican. By the way, this text was sent out to Carrie Coyner, who is a Republican. She is the one that made these texts public. Anyway, he said, you have two, and this is pretty much a quote, you have two bullets, and Todd Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Two bullets in the back of the head of Gilbert every time. And went on to wish a death upon his children as well. So this is creating a big firestorm down there. Number of people are calling for him to pull out of that race. But on the other hand, you have some Democrats that are circling the wagons. Abigail Spanberger, who is the Democrat candidate for governor, has remained silent. She hasn't said anything about this. Tim Kaine, the U.S. Senator, says he finds the comments, well, I don't know if disgusting, but wrong, but he doesn't call out Jay Jones at all. He says he apologized. These are not the words of the person I know. So he apologized. Let's move on. So your thoughts here. I mean, yes, everybody's allowed freedom of speech. But, when you're in the public eye, when you are running for office that deals with law enforcement, do these comments, or should these comments, make you ineligible to hold that office? So your thoughts there. All righty. A Senate report came out that concerning artificial intelligence, and this report says they expect AI to displace 100 million jobs within the next decade. It'll hit fast food the hardest, but also customer service, freight and material movers, and executive assistants. So on the heels of this report, some Democrats are starting to push for a robot tax. So in other words, if a company displaces a worker in exchange for a robot with artificial intelligence, they're going to pay a tax. And the purpose of this tax, is to recoup lost payroll taxes and to support retraining programs. But leave it to the government to worry about themselves. Oh, we're not going to collect payroll taxes if it's a robot. So, we must find a way to change that. So your thoughts on that. And then, of course, the Penguins, their 3-0 opening night victory in New York against the New York Rangers. I can chat about that. A nice way to start off the 2025-26 NHL season. So that does it for my list. If there's something else you want to chat about, by all means, give me a buzz on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. One line's open. Guess what that means? Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Afternoon, Russ. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Good.
Good.
Survived all the rain.
Good.
Starting off, it always pays to open your eyes and ears and listen and see what's going on.
Okay.
And last week,
Is this James?
yeah,
Yeah, okay,
last
James.
week, I was listening to people and they made a great point because they observed something. They observed that John Marietta's signs do not say Recorder of Deeds. It's just a generic sign. So that tells me that this is a sign that could be used for anything.
Yeah.
So when what I'm getting to, and I think you know where I'm going, you're voting for somebody that in 4 years, or it should be 4 years of a Recorder of Deeds, but in 2 years, he could say, nope, I'm running for county commissioner again.
He already did
lost.
that. And he already did that, yeah.
Right, and he lost. He and Gino both lost. But the thing is, now you're voting somebody in that really doesn't want to be there for 4 years. He's going to be there for 2 and then run for county commission. Then why in the world are we voting? Why would we vote for him?
Yeah, right.
Because he has no intention of filling the job. Now, on the other hand, I'm listening and I hear a guy that says, well, he's going to try and open the office a couple hours later in the week to help people who work, which there's a lot of us that do. So I have one that's wanting the job and wanting to open the hours, and the other one that can't meet the hours, doesn't want to meet the hours. I don't really think he even wants the job, because all this is to him, I still think, is a stepping stone. He doesn't want this job.
Well, actually, he does want the job because of the benefits. He needs the he doesn't want the job, but he needs the benefits. And
Okay,
that's no
all right.
reason. And that's no reason to run for office. In my book.
Now moving on from there, I'm listening Friday to his show, and the show Friday from 4 to 5 is doesn't stand for WMBS. It stands for Worthless Marietta BS from 4 to 5. Okay. Now I called in to WMBS at that time, and I'll tell you why. Because I heard him and a guest, Brittany Cosin, or Cossin. We're going to get to her in a minute. But they were talking about Mr. Santelli and how they were on his website or on his Facebook page kind of harassing him and giving him issues, and he blocked them. And they were saying, well, boy, you blocked them. You didn't want to answer questions. At the same time, Ross, I'm calling into WMBS, and I'm not getting him. I'm getting Nick Barczyk. And Nick says, well, what do you want to do? I said, well, I want to talk to John Marietta. He says, are you a guest? I said, no, I can't lie. I'm not like John. No, I'm not a guest. Can I talk to him? I need to ask him a question. No, he doesn't take calls. Well, Nick, maybe he should run for Recorder of Deeds, because he and I talked. He seems very more intelligent than John Marietta. But the thing is, we're on the radio station at that time complaining about a candidate that won't answer questions and won't answer certain things about, what they want him to talk about. And at the same time, I'm calling in and they're not taking my phone call. And I want to ask questions. So it's so hypocritical with these people. But getting to his guest, this gets interesting. Brittany Cosin, or Cosin, however you want to pronounce it, is from Bucks County. She's running for Warwick Township Supervisor.
Okay.
Now, she is a libertarian, a strong libertarian. In the conversation, she says that she didn't vote for President Trump. She voted for the libertarian candidate. She is up there in Warwick County. There are 3 Republican township supervisors. She is running against one of them. She's running against a Republican. Okay? Now, on this website, on her website, anybody can go there and look into this. On the website, her number 1 endorsement comes from the hillbilly, John Marietta. And he states that it is an honor to endorse Brittany Cosin. Now, Brittany Cosin is involved in a Bucks County Libertarian Facebook page. You can go on and look at this. On this Facebook page, they are debating back and forth whether prostitution should be legal, talking about libertarian candidates and how to push them versus the Republican and Democratic candidates. She is a strong libertarian. And in 2018, the Libertarian Party goes and backs the legalization of prostitution. They're for the legalization of prostitution. They're also for the legalization of drugs. Any drug. Doesn't have to be marijuana. They're for the legalization of drugs. They also have no stance on abortion, whether for or against. No stance on that. They are for same-sex marriage, and they are for the LGBTQ movement. Now, to me, this stands out because I have a person who's running on the Republican ticket that is endorsing a candidate running against Republicans in Bucks County.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing that is a red flag. Then the second thing that's a red flag to me is this guy goes on, reads scripture, says, "Oh, I'm sponsored by this church and this church," but I am endorsing a candidate that Russ does not hide that she is for the Libertarian Party and for the Libertarian values of that party, which is exactly what I read. Same-sex marriage, LGBTQ, legalization of prostitution, no stance on abortion, and there was one other one I can't remember now. But she is for all of this. Now, how can somebody who's a strong Republican, you're a conservative, how can a strong conservative not only vote for a person like this, but endorse them? You are endorsing this person against somebody that has conservative values and is running for township commission. And then if you read the thing online that he put in his endorsement, he says he is proudly bringing this person to Fayette County to work in Fayette County and kind of promote things. And they both agreed that they want the Libertarian Party. We need a big third party in the Libertarian Party. And I'm like, my question again hits back. I want to know what these Republicans that are backing him think about this. Mm-hmm. What about the local Fayette County Republican Party? What about the Fayette County Reagan Republicans? What about New Life Church that's a sponsor and Solid Rock Ministries? I mean, you guys are sponsoring Marietta, who is endorsing a libertarian who is for same-sex marriage, LGBTQ, legalization of drugs, legalization of prostitution, and has no stance on abortion. And you're supporting this, and he's endorsing her. And anybody can look this up. Mm-hmm. So my question is, what is he? Because I think this is a lot of smoke being blown. I think he's running as a Republican, but I don't... Go ahead.
He's a self-server.
Well, I don't think he's a Republican.
No, he's a self-server. He's doing and saying what everything he does and everything he says is centered about getting himself elected and putting himself in the limelight somehow, some way.
Because, I mean, the way I'm looking at it, when I look at the Libertarian Party versus the Democratic Party, believe me, I'm not a Democrat, but even they are not for the legalization of prostitution and some other things. And the Libertarian Party is, and this girl is promoting this. Mm-hmm. She is on Bucks County Libertarian Facebook page having these meetings, debates, talking about this. And this is the candidate that he has endorsed. Anybody can look this up.
All right, James. I got to run.
Hey, I would love, you have some ins. I would love to know if anybody could call in from New Life, from this Solid Rock Ministries, from the Fayette County Republicans. Mm-hmm. You're voting for this guy. This guy's endorsed this girl. Thanks, Russ.
All right, James. Thanks for your call. Bye-bye. Hey, to the caller on line 2, bear with me. I'm running a few minutes late. I got to get a break in, but I promise that you are first up right after this.
Take the backbone.
Caring for an aging parent or a loved one with medical needs? Fact. Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation can help. Seniors 65 and older ride free on our fixed routes. People with disabilities get discounted shared rides. And if your loved one has medical assistance, their trips to doctors or treatment are covered under the shared ride program. Give them safe, reliable independence and yourself peace of mind. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. Fact. Your community, your connection.
Route 21 Furniture. Take the road to your perfect home.
Sleep well tonight. Try out a new mattress from Route 21 Furniture with a large selection of mattresses, all sizes and comfort levels, with great prices, free local delivery and setup, and financing options. Route 21 Furniture. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 4. 724-737-2222 or Route21Furniture.com.
Route 21 Furniture. Take the road to your perfect home.
Warm weather means you'll be spending more time outside. So enjoy your deck or patio with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturer and customers guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Call Lifetime Awnings 724-554-6067 or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
WMBS.
And welcome back to What's on Your Mind. It is open conversation today. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line 724-438-4593. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. Let's get back to the calls. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hi, my name is Jerry, and I'm
Jerry.
actually from Solid Rock Ministries, and I can tell you that the guy made a mistake on that. It's actually Solid Foundation Ministry, because I know our church does not support either or candidate.
Okay.
With cash, so
Okay.
that was a mistake by him.
Okay. So any just you said cash. You don't support with cash, but there are other ways.
I mean, there may be people that is supporting both candidates there. I can't speak
that's
for that.
individuals, right? But your church itself, Jerry, is
It
not.
does not support any candidate.
Does not sponsor his show or anything like that.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Hey, Jerry,
Bye-bye.
thank you for calling in and clearing that up. I much appreciated.
Okay.
All
Thanks.
right,
Come visit us sometime.
I'm sorry?
Come visit us sometime. Thank you.
All right, we'll do. Thanks, Jerry. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All righty, so there you go. James apparently misspoke. It is a different church that allegedly is supporting John Marietta, not Solid Rock Ministries. So we'll get that all straightened out there. All righty, what else you want to chat about? Both lines are open, so give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. One thing I want to hit on the arrest made in the Pacific Palisades fire. Really, I have not seen any more detail on this other than in the headline, but somehow Chat GPT played a hand in this arrest. I'm not. I think I did catch a little tidbit, but I'm not sure because it really didn't go into it too well. That this suspect, Jonathan Rinderneck, with the help of ChatGPT, created some kind of video or meme or poster or something like that. That kind of had to deal with the Pacific Palisades fire. So if that's it, I'm wondering if they were able to, the authorities, trace back the origins of that poster, and that led them to the suspect. But I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if ChatGPT was used to somehow put different clues together and it was used that I don't know, but somehow ChatGPT played a hand in the arrest of a suspect in the Pacific Palisades fire earlier this year out in the LA area. They cost billions and billions of dollars in damage, not to mention 12 lives as well. So, your thoughts on that one? I want to come back also to former FBI Director James Comey, formally arraigned today for making false statements to Congress and obstruction of a congressional hearing. I told you that he says he's completely innocent. All this is Trump using his cronies to give payback, essentially. But the Justice Department, of course, is saying, hey, nobody's immune from the law. Everybody who, regardless of who you are, has to play by the rules. And if not, there are consequences for that. I want to believe that. I honestly do. And from what I've seen, the evidence that's been presented, I think there is a case to be made for obstruction and lying or perjury, whichever term you want to use there. I don't think that it was political retribution. However, I will say that I'd be very surprised if people in the Trump administration, the first administration and the current one, if some people within those administrations didn't have a little smile on their face when they heard the news that James Comey had been indicted. A little gleeful, we'll say, over that news. I will give you that much. Your thoughts there. Jay Jones, the running for Attorney General in the Commonwealth of Virginia, with some of the comments that he made 3 years ago. 3 years ago. It's not like these were made 15 years ago and can claim, I was young and foolish and I shouldn't have said that. This was 3 years ago when he himself was already in a position of power. He was a delegate in the Virginia House. He was an elected official and saying what he allegedly said in text messages. That there's some things you don't say in my book. And I don't know if he at some point in time kind of directed those comments, not just at the the individual, which he did. But I don't know if he was also referring to all Republicans in general. I don't know. But certainly going after somebody else from the opposite party, threatening his life and the lives of his young children, to me disqualifies them for the lead law enforcement officer in the state of Virginia, in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I think that disqualifies him. I think he needs to drop out of the race. I think, and some people are saying he needs to do it for the good of Virginia, or he needs to do it for the good of the Virginia Democrat Party. Well, the reason they're saying that is because they don't want it to affect the governor's race. In Virginia, governors are limited to one term. So Governor Youngkin, he was elected 4 years ago. He's coming to the end of his term. So he is term limited. He cannot run this time. He can run again in 4 years. He just can't run consecutive race. He can't be elected to consecutive terms. So Democrats, they want to get back control of the Virginia executive mansion. And they're afraid that what's going on with Jay Jones is going to affect the governor's race, which is tight. It can go either way. The Republican candidate, Sears, I believe, is her last name. I forget the first name offhand. She is currently the lieutenant governor in Virginia, so she's looking for a promotion. So it's a tight race there. It's a tight race, and again, Democrats are afraid that what's going on with Jay Jones is going to pull down and be a drag on the whole ticket. So they don't want him to resign because of what he said. They want him to pull out of the race because his problems might affect other races on the ticket. So, all righty. And, again, let's come back also to that Senate report that I mentioned concerning artificial intelligence and putting in a robot tax. All because the federal government will lose revenue. They won't be getting payroll taxes. Can't collect tax off of a robot. And other than, and of course, Bernie Sanders is one of the proponents of this robot tax. There's no other particulars other than we're going to tax people who displace people. Well, is it a one-time tax? Is it a continuing tax? Do you, just like, when businesses write off company cars through depreciation, well, do you get to depreciate the life of a robot as you go along? So what are some particulars? And when they say the proceeds from this is to recoup lost payroll taxes and support retraining programs. So does that mean they're going to charge more than what they currently bring in through payroll taxes? Because it's to recoup payroll taxes and support retraining programs. That sounds like more to me. Doesn't it to you? So it sounds to me like another way for the government to get into our wallets, whether it's through the wallets of companies who pass their pricing, their products, the cost of doing business onto you and me, or is directly into our pockets. So what do you think on all of this? 724-438-4593. Got to take a little break. Both lines are open. Give me a call. We'll do some more chatting right after this.
Bright Stripe, Fayette County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500. Economy Furnace Company is excited to announce our early fall savings event. Qualifying buyers can take advantage of 0% interest financing or choose low payment options for up to 15 years. Economy Furnace is proud to be partnered with Amana, bringing you top quality furnaces, air conditioners, and heat pumps designed for comfort, efficiency, and reliability. As your trusted neighbors, we understand the importance of keeping your home comfortable year-round. That's why Economy Furnace offers not only the best products, but also expert service you can count on. Regular clean and tune-ups are essential for your heating and cooling systems. A well-maintained furnace or air conditioner runs more efficiently, saves you money on energy bills, and helps prevent unexpected breakdowns. Beat the rush and schedule early. Don't wait until the cold weather arrives. Contact Economy Furnace at 724-438-4575 today to take advantage of our early fall savings event and enjoy 0% financing.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
For the best lunch spot in town, visit Titlow Tavern and Grill on West Main Street in Uniontown. Serving up lunch including daily specials and daily dinner specials, including Wednesday pasta and parm nights with chicken parm for $15 and veal parm for $19. And half-priced apps and $1 off drinks during happy hour Tuesday through Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. and Saturday from 9 to 10. Titlow's is also booking private parties. Call them today, 724-437-6749, or order online.
You don't fix what's not broken. That's true. You don't replace what is working well. Jason Scott is doing a good job working as South Union Township Supervisor. Jason Scott utilizes his skills on a daily basis in the township office. Whether repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is out there working for you all day, every day. Let's keep experience and integrity in the township. Keep Jason Scott, full-time South Union Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Just in time for the movie release of Wicked for Good, the State Theater Center for the Arts presents Good Witch, Bad Witch, The Broadway Witches, featuring two powerhouse vocalists, Ali Mazzi and Dee Rossioli, a past Elphaba and Glinda from the Broadway cast of Wicked, with stunning vocals and unforgettable performances. Good Witch, Bad Witch, The Broadway Witches, Sunday, November 23rd at 7 p.m. Get tickets online at statetheater.info or call 724-439-1360. Pick 3 season subscription packages still available.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation. We've got about 4.5 minutes left in hour one, so plenty of time for you to give me a buzz. 4.5 minutes, then we go to that break. You know the whole routine. So Major League Baseball playoffs continue today. Seattle Mariners are playing the Detroit Tigers in Detroit. They have a 2-1 game lead. If they win, they go on to the American League Championship Series. We're only on Game 3 between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. Milwaukee leads that series 2-0. Let's see here. What else? We have, the New York Yankees came from behind last night to win their game 9-6 and to continue that series. Toronto leads that one 2-1. And then the Phillies travel to Los Angeles for Game 3 tonight. Philadelphia trails that series at 2-0. So there you go. Baseball in the postseason here, heading towards the league championship series and eventually the World Series on that. The Dodgers trying to do a repeat there, by the way, so we can chat about that. Of course, the Steelers, after their bye week, play host to the Cleveland Browns this week. The Browns, by the way, I don't know if you heard, Joe Flacco, who started the season as the starter for Cleveland, played the first three or four games, then got benched. He got traded to the Cincinnati Bengals yesterday. So just a little, shifting of personnel there. So we can chat about all of that. And, of course, the Penguins win last night. Just the first of, 82 games in an NHL season. And, of course, there's going to be a 2-week gap in the schedule in February because the NHL is, after a number of years going without, is allowing its players back in the Olympics. So they're stalling or putting on hold the NHL season for a couple weeks in February as the Winter Olympics take place. So and I think our very own Sidney Crosby is back on the Canadian national team and will be competing for gold for Canada in that regard. So there is that, and I'm looking forward to the Winter Olympics. To me, there's a lot to be said for the Summer Olympics. I don't know. I just there's something about the Winter Olympics. I prefer watching the Winter Games over the Summer Games. I can't put my finger on it really. It's just, it is what it is. And you know what? I forget where the Winter Olympics are. If you remember where the Winter Olympics are in February, give me a buzz, would you? I want to say France, someplace in France. I might be wrong, but that kind of rings a bell for me. And if nobody calls me, well, I'll look it up myself over the break. That's coming up. Okay. If you want to talk about election that's coming up, so November 4th is the election. Mail-in ballots, they're starting to go out here in Fayette County. You have until, I think it's the 28th, roughly, to register to get a mail-in ballot, and you have until the 20th of this month to register to vote for this election if you have not already. And it's not that you have to register for this election. You just have to be registered to vote. So if you've never registered to vote before and you want to get involved now, you have until October 20th to register to vote. And nice thing about the general election, it's not specific Republican or Democrat. You could be any party affiliation and vote in the general election. So we can chat some more about that next hour. Meanwhile, CBS is just around the corner. news from around the world, around the country. Then TJ's in here with the local news, sports, and weather. This is WMBS Uniontown. It is 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Authorities in Los Angeles have charged a man with starting a blaze that became the deadly Palisades fire back in January. Michael Wallace reports.
29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht allegedly ignited the fire on New Year's Day. It exploded 6 days later, killing 12 people and destroying 6,800 homes and businesses. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley says investigators have found digital evidence,
including the defendant's ChatGPT prompt of a dystopian painting showing in part a burning forest and a crowd fleeing from it.
Rinderknecht is charged with felony destruction of property by means of fire.
Former FBI Director James Comey pleaded not guilty today in a criminal case that his lawyers insist is politically motivated. He's charged with lying to Congress 5 years ago. CBS's Scott McFarland has the latest.
The defense says they're going to be filing their motion to dismiss this case, alleging it's a vindictive prosecution, and they're going to do so by October 20th in relatively short order. They also say they're going to file a motion to disqualify or seek the judge to disqualify the prosecutor in this case, who was just appointed, the new U.S. attorney here, Lindsay Halligan, appointed by the Trump administration after the prior U.S. attorney wouldn't bring this case forward and was ousted.
The government shutdown continues. The two sides no closer to getting an agreement, but Caitlin Huey-Burns reports the political wrangling is complicating efforts.
Republicans did have a strong argument heading into this, which was, look, this is just a basic, clean extension of government funding, and there's no reason that Democrats shouldn't agree to it because it's something that they agreed to in the past. What's complicating some things, though, in terms of their messaging is the messaging coming from the White House. This idea of laying off workers, not just furloughing them. Talking yesterday about not giving back pay, even though that would be against a law that was passed in 2019 after that last government shutdown.
Texas National Guard troops spent their first night at a U.S. Army Reserve Center in Illinois as the state challenges their deployment. Reporter Asal Rizai.
A source tells us the Texas National Guard is expected to begin their assignments before that court ruling, which is expected tomorrow. The source says the Illinois Guard will wait until after that ruling comes down to deploy.
The first wife of the late Senator Edward Kennedy has died, Joan Kennedy. She was 89. She struggled with mental health issues and alcoholism for much of her life. Her son Patrick praised her as an advocate for addiction recovery. On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are higher. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Just in time for the movie release of Wicked for Good, the State Theater Center for the Arts presents Good Witch, Bad Witch, The Broadway Witches, featuring two powerhouse vocalists, Ali Mazzi and Dee Rossioli, a past Elphaba and Glinda from the Broadway cast of Wicked, with stunning vocals and unforgettable performances. Good Witch, Bad Witch, The Broadway Witches, Sunday, November 23rd at 7 p.m. Get tickets online at statetheater.info or call 724-439-1360. Pick 3 season subscription packages still available.
Ready to score big on your next home? Well, great news. Huge savings are waiting for you at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. From open floor plans perfect for game day parties to energy-efficient homes that will help you save money all season long, these homes are built to deliver. Don't wait on the sidelines. Make the winning play today and find the home that fits your family and lifestyle. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon at 4500 Route 51.
Finally met each other 35 years later.
Doris Grunewald and Jessica Baumgartner were born premature at a clinic in the Austrian city of Graz in 1990. In 2012, when Grunewald went to donate blood, she discovered she wasn't the biological daughter of her parents. In 2016, a TV documentary reported on the probable mix-up, and the clinic paid damages. But it wasn't until several years later that Baumgartner, pregnant for the first time, had blood tests that proved she was the missing child. The two women and their families just met for the first time, calling the reunion beautiful and awful all at once. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Joan Kennedy, the first wife of the late Senator Edward Kennedy, has died at 89. She worked for the mentally challenged and other causes, but also struggled with her own mental health issues and alcoholism. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant Dieter. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. It is 2:05. It is partly cloudy and 63 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Injured, call today for your free consultation, 724-437-2799. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. Sports and weather will follow the news. A Fayette County man is accused of having sex on multiple occasions with the juvenile daughter of his ex-girlfriend. 28-year-old Joseph Martin of Uniontown is charged with rape of a child and other charges, all of which are felonies. Police received reports on Sunday of a sexual assault involving a 12-year-old girl. On Saturday, the mother said she permitted Martin and her daughter to go and watch a movie starting at 7:45 p.m. She became concerned when they didn't return until 1 a.m. the next day. Confronted by her mother, the girl said she and Martin had sex in his car in a cemetery after the movie. The girl told police she'd been having sex consensually with Martin for the past 2 years, and she'd hidden the relationship from her mother. Martin allegedly confessed to having sex with the girl, as well as on 3 separate occasions when interviewed by police Tuesday. Martin is in the Fayette County Prison and was denied bail. Officials are approving extended hours for the Westmoreland County Election Bureau ahead of the general election in November. The office will be open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays from October 20th to November 3rd. There will also be limited Saturday hours on October 25th and November 1st. Absentee and mail-in ballots will be accepted at the Election Bureau office during those times. Grandparent scams are on the rise once again, but this time AI technology is involved. AARP Pennsylvania warned residents about the resurgence and offered ways for older adults and their families to stay safe. A grandparent scam usually begins with an urgent phone call from an imposter claiming to be a grandchild or someone speaking on their behalf, insisting they've been in a car accident or jailed and need immediate financial assistance. But now grandparent scams are being bolstered by artificial intelligence and voice cloning technology, leading scammers to demand wire transfers, gift cards, or cash. Scams should be reported to local law enforcement. The AARP can be reached at 1-877-908-3360 or visiting its Pennsylvania Fraud Resource page. Today's National Day is a throwback to your childhood. Here's Bree Tennis with more.
It's a holiday to celebrate, even though you don't get the day off. It's Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work or School Day. And why not? 92% of us had a fuzzy bear as a child that gave comfort, caught tears, and listened intently. So today, celebrate Teddy. Share a snack, tell a joke, take pictures, and give lots of love because Teddy was always there for you. I'm Bree Tennis.
WMBS time is 2:08. Sports and weather are next.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. And it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, Penguins' home opener is tomorrow night at PPG Paints Arena as they will host the New York Islanders. Pens are off to a 1-0 start after their win over the Rangers last night. Face off at 7 tomorrow night here on WMBS. Also tomorrow night, Week 6 in the NFL will get underway as the Philadelphia Eagles will visit the New York Giants. Kickoff will be at 8:15 tomorrow night. Weather-wise, we'll continue to see a mix of clouds and sun the rest of the afternoon. 65 will be our high. Frost advisory tomorrow, 2 a.m. to 9 a.m., and a freeze watch Friday from midnight until 10 a.m. Clear skies tonight, 39 will be the low, and sunny tomorrow and Friday, 63 tomorrow, 69 on Friday. Right now, we have partly sunny skies and 63 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios at 2:10 on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm TJ DeStefano. Up next, hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes on WMBS.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
It's time to play. Live Casino is the entertainment destination for fun every day. Play our slots and table games with non-stop action. Join our exciting monthly promotions and events at the Live Poker Room. Have your next lunch or dinner party at our award-winning restaurants. Get fantastic perks as a Live Rewards member. Come into Live Casino and experience the excitement for yourself. Live Casino, Route 30 at the Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
If it's time for a change in decor in your home, let Chesler's Fine Furniture work their magic. Chesler's offers the finest in name brand home furnishings by famous makers and quality service to back up every sale. Chesler's has curios, consoles, and accent pieces that will underline your sense of style. Bedroom suits by Riverside, Pulaski, Von Bassett, Home Elegance, and others in many finishes and styles. There are living room suits by Best Upholstery, Craftmaster, Lancer, King Hickory, and Lazy Boy, each offering a distinct flair of comfort and design in assorted styles and fabrics. The largest selection of dinette sets in your choice of wood finishes. Chesler's also has exceptional bedding by the names you know and trust in your choice of size and firmness. And Chesler's offers genuine Lazy Boy recliners and living rooms for pure relaxing comfort. Delivery, layaway, and credit terms are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borge Jr.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We're going to continue with the open conversation on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. Just a reminder, What's on Your Mind brought to you by Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping, Gary's Auto Sales, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Hicks and Boss Drug Store, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Coldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty, K2 Engineering, and Tireman's Auto Garage. Okie dokie. It is open conversation, so whatever you want to chat about. Of course, I've got my list. I'm going to go over that again. If you don't like what's on my list, hey, that's okay. Call in about something else. Arrest was made in the Pacific Palisades fire. So that this was back in January of this year. 12 were killed. Over 6,800 buildings were burned or damaged, burned or destroyed. Jonathan Rinderneck has been arrested and charged in that arson. Former FBI Director James Comey was in federal court on arraignment for making false statements and obstruction of congressional hearing charges. Trial date has been set for January 5th of 2026. Joan Kennedy, former wife of Senator Ted Kennedy, passed away at 89. So, Attorney General candidate down in Virginia, Jay Jones, is under fire for some texts that he wrote back in 2022, where expressing that, he'd like to kill somebody. Let me see. Texas National Guard is in Chicago. So they're there on a 60-day deployment. A Senate report issued yesterday that, it might have been earlier today for that matter, that they said AI, artificial intelligence, will display 100 million jobs in the next decade. So that's 10 million a year if you think about it. There's a proposal now, and Senator Bernie Sanders, of course, is behind this, wants to, create a robot tax. They want to tax companies that use robots instead of people. And the main reason is, they want to recoup lost payroll taxes and then support retraining programs. So it sounds like they want to get more back than just recouping payroll taxes. No more particulars on that. Don't know if it's a one-time deal, if it's a continuing deal, whether you get to write it off as depreciation on there as well, who knows. So those are the couple things on my list. We can also chat about the Pens opening season victory, 3-0 over the New York Rangers. The 3-1 Steelers hosting the 1-4 Cleveland Browns this Sunday. Major League Baseball playoffs and how the pirates aren't part of it. So, the door's open. And then listen to TJ on the news. And you heard a 28-year-old here in Fayette County, in Uniontown, is sitting in the Fayette County jail right now, having been denied bail on allegations of having sexual relations with a 12-year-old. And then this 12-year-old said that, well, she's been having consensual sex with this guy for 2 years. Okay, this started when she was 10? What's wrong with this guy? 10? Are you serious? 10? I don't care if it was consensual or not. For one thing, I don't think a 10-year-old knows the meaning of it. And she's 10. You know what? You're presumed innocent until found guilty in a court of law. And I know this guy, he told police that, he confessed to police. I'm sure some attorney is going to say that it was coerced out of him, that he was not read his rights, and so his confession is inadmissible moving forward and everything. And okay, that's lawyer speak. That's fine. It's what they do. I don't have a problem with it. But 10! You know what? He better hope I don't get picked for the jury. I think right there, me saying that gets me disqualified anyway. Wow. I don't understand. I don't understand people that abuse children, and this falls under that category as far as I'm concerned. And animals, and I don't understand people that, mostly men, forcing themselves on women. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. There's something there's a disconnect inside their brain. Something's not fully formed there. Something's not working right. Something got miswired. It just 10 years old. Give me a break. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Google up news reporters, photographers.
All right, 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. Give me a buzz. Would love to chat with you here. What else is out there that we can chat about today? Of course, the ongoing government shutdown. Both sides are blaming each other still. No movement. I think there's going to be another vote in the Senate today. Excuse me. It's not expected to pass. So just going through the motions there. And now our service members are being used as a wedge. And both sides are using it. So I don't know what it's going to take to move this government forward. Again, it's over health insurance. A couple things I mentioned yesterday, the Affordable Care Act subsidies that were put into effect back during COVID expire at the end of the year. And if they do expire and when they expire, premiums are going to double, essentially. And so, Democrats are worried about that. And okay, I understand that is a valid thought. That is a valid reason. And I could see where there would be and can be movement on that. And Republicans have said, you know what, we'll talk about this, because a lot of Republicans have said what I've said. Yes, I could see this being a problem, and we can work on this together to change it. But we're not going to do it until the government gets back to work. We're not going to use this as fix it now and then we'll get back to work. No, fix the government first, Republicans say. Fund the government first, then we'll take care of this. Another part still with health care and other issues within that, but Republicans are saying that Democrats want, $1 trillion to go back to fund some of the stuff that was taken away in the One Big Beautiful Bill, including funding health care for illegal immigrants. So we just got done potentially saving $1.2 trillion. And according to Republicans, Democrats want it all back, essentially canceling out the one big, and that's not going to go anyplace. So when this comes to an end, the shutdown, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Something else that I don't have a crystal ball for, June 30th. June 30th was the last day for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, for our governor, for our legislature to come to an agreement and have a budget moving forward for the 25-26 fiscal year. Well, it didn't happen. And here we are. So let me see, July, August, September, 3.5 months. And we still don't have a budget in the state. Meanwhile, our legislatures are getting paid. Boils down to the Commonwealth has a finite amount of money. And the governor wants to spend more than what we have. In other words, he wants to have deficit spending. And Republicans in the Senate are saying no. So that's what the holdup is there. How that gets fixed, how that comes to terms, again, I don't know. Unfortunately, because of this, there are agencies that are hurting for money and therefore can't fully do their job. There are organizations expecting grants to help them do what they do. That's not coming through. I think it might be a good time to go back and revisit some of those grants and say, yeah, is this for the greater good? Also, governments down the line, whether it's county governments or townships or small municipalities or some of the larger towns like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia and Erie, they get money back from the state too that they then use to help balance their budgets. That's not coming through. And all those entities, well, they're in budget time themselves right now. Believe it or not, Fayette County, the courthouse, they're talking about budget. They're working on the 2026 budget as we speak. They're having meetings with all the department heads saying, how much money do you think you're going to need next year? And they say, yes or no, that's too much, we're cutting it. All to come up with a budget that they'll present to us in probably November and finalize in December. Your guess is as good as mine as to whether there's going to be a tax increase. Probably. And I think one of these, the state impasse. I think it's going to give county government an easy out for if they increase our taxes. It's going to give them an easy out. They're going to come back and they're going to blame it on the state. Well, had the state put their act together and got everything together on time, it wouldn't have put us in the hole that we now have to recoup it and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I know there's things that the county pays out, like CYS. County funds that initially, but they get paid back. They get reimbursed by the state. The state doesn't have the money, so to the best of my knowledge, the state has stopped reimbursements. So the state's getting in. The county will get that eventually. Eventually. But who knows when and how quickly. I mean, they could come up with a budget today. The county's not going to have their money tomorrow. I don't know how long it would take. So things aren't good all the way around when it comes to the various Congresses and Senates and Houses doing their job. 724-438-4593. That is the number to call into. It is open conversation. Going to take a quick break. Both lines are open, so give me a call and we'll chat after this.
Attention Medicare eligible recipients. The Medicare open enrollment period for 2026 runs from October 15th until December 7th. This is the time to call local agent Brenda Myers at 724-437-7255 and let her show you the various Medicare Advantage plans and Part D prescription drug plans and see which best fits your current healthcare needs and your budget. Brenda will also update you on the changes for 2026 and how they will affect you. With many years' experience, Brenda Myers can help you decide which plan will work best for you. Brenda Myers has been helping Medicare beneficiaries with their healthcare insurance for many years and represents a variety of companies to offer you more choices. This open enrollment period is your opportunity to make changes to your healthcare plan and save money. Call Brenda Myers today at 724-437-7255. That's 724-437-7255 for Brenda Myers.
Economy Furnace Company is excited to announce our early fall savings event. Qualifying buyers can take advantage of 0% interest financing or choose low payment options for up to 15 years. Economy Furnace is proud to be partnered with Amana, bringing you top quality furnaces, air conditioners, and heat pumps designed for comfort, efficiency, and reliability. As your trusted neighbors, we understand the importance of keeping your home comfortable year-round. That's why Economy Furnace offers not only the best products, but also expert service you can count on. Regular clean and tune-ups are essential for your heating and cooling systems. A well-maintained furnace or air conditioner runs more efficiently, saves you money on energy bills, and helps prevent unexpected breakdowns. Beat the rush and schedule early. Don't wait until the cold weather arrives. Contact Economy Furnace at 724-438-4575 today to take advantage of our early fall savings event and enjoy 0% financing.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
Looking for a new spot for a night out? Then check out Shindig's Bar and Grill in Uniontown, located in Oliver Square. With regular live entertainment and themed events, and offering 6 diamond pool tables and 3 dartboards, Shindig's is the place to be. Enjoy daily specials, including Tuesday wing night, Friday's Cajun chicken Alfredo, and Saturday's incredible crab leg dinner. And stick around for karaoke nights, live music, and so much more. Follow them on Facebook at Shindig's with a Z Bar and Grill. Shindig's, your hootenanny hotspot.
Concerned about your heart health? At WVU Medicine, we believe your heart deserves world-class care, close to home and always within reach. Our non-invasive cardiology team uses advanced tests like stress tests and cardiac MRI to diagnose and monitor heart conditions without surgery. Call 877-WVU, the number 4HRT, or visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
Having Hicksonbaugh's Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller fill your prescriptions, offer free prescription delivery, mail-out service, and gladly answer your healthcare questions. Flu shots, the new Moderna COVID boosters, plus Shingrix shots with your doctor's prescription are also available at Hicksonbaugh's. Call 724-437-2828. Hicksonbaugh's Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday.
Experiencing symptoms of COPD? Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale has been selected to conduct a clinical research study, and participants are needed. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and no health insurance is required. Compensation up to $2,200 for qualified participants for time and travel. To learn more, call Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281. That's Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line is 724-438-4593. Okay, I know there's a lot of Penn State fans out there. And this kind of falls under the category of bashing the head coach. And a lot of us, we like to bash Mike Tomlin, Steelers head coach. Well, now, is it James Franklin's turn? So Penn State got beat this past weekend by UCLA. That's 2 defeats in a row for Penn State. They have fallen out of the top 25 for the first time in a while. So a lot of heat falling on Mr. Franklin, the head coach of Penn State. And you know what? He's got that thing, that dark cloud over his head, I guess you will, of having a difficult time of beating top 10 teams. That maybe his top 10 ranking is undeserved. And whenever he comes upon the chance to show that, well, we deserve our ranking by beating a top 10 team, by beating a team above them in the rankings, they fail to do so. So does Penn State need to move on and get another coach? Let me know. So there's something else we can chat about. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hey, Russ.
Hello.
Hey, this is Scott.
Hey, Scott.
As for the Penn State situation, there's that $50 million buyout in Franklin in his coaching clause. So I don't think Penn State will replace him unless he chooses to move on to another school.
Okay.
But, he hasn't been able to win the big games.
Yeah.
So it may be best if he did move on, but I think he's there until he chooses to leave with that big buyout.
How long is his contract, though, Scott? I mean, when does his current contract expire, do you know?
I don't know that. So I guess it could be, him being there until the contract expires.
Yeah.
But, I think it was a multi-year contract, but I don't know when it ends. But anyways, reason I was calling, was out of town this past weekend and went down through West Virginia and over to Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Well, you know what gas prices are here, $3.49 roughly. University Avenue exit in Morgantown, $2.61 at Sheetz.
Mm-hmm.
A number of places down at Flatwood, on down near Charleston, Barbersville, $2.59. I mean, there's cheap gas. You get into Kentucky, same thing, about the same price. Lexington, we paid $2.49 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we do have the highest taxes, or third highest taxes in the country for gasoline.
Yes.
But it doesn't explain all 90 cents to a dollar difference.
Correct. Yeah, a month or so ago, I did kind of compare, taxes between Pennsylvania and West Virginia, and at this point in time, Scott, I forget what that difference is. I think it was like around 30-cent difference in taxes.
That sounds about right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right off the top of my head.
Neither do I. So
but it's like 90 cents difference. I mean,
right.
I had called, made a few calls and looked into it, and I was told a lot of this high energy, not just gasoline, but our electric bills that keep going up, or natural gas bills that keep going up, is due to this regional greenhouse gas initiative that Governor Shapiro is dead set on getting us tied into long term, and it's really driving the cost of energy in our state ridiculously high, and we can't afford it, honestly. I mean, we just can't afford it. There is a reason that Pennsylvania and Fayette County is losing population, because there's other places that people are finding work that's a better income to cost of living situation. And if we're ever going to right the ship, we got to, along with cutting government spending in Harrisburg, especially the corporate welfare, about $1.5 billion a year in that category should be eliminated, and quit throwing so much money at the public schools without getting results, dealing with things like astronomically increasing over the past 30 years the number of administrators in public schools that are getting six figures and plus. Those type of things need to be addressed instead of just say, oh, we're helping the public schools and we're going to throw more money at it like we've been doing for the past 10 years.
Yeah, hasn't worked before, but it's going to work this time.
Yeah, it will never work unless they deal with the underlying problems in the public schools. And that brings me to Penn State, back to them. It's like, we're sending state tax dollars to Penn State and Pitt and 2 or 3 other colleges in the state. And gosh, the in-state tuition is just way out of line with, say, WVU and some of the other state schools around. We're among the highest in-state tuition. And, the whole reason to be giving state tax dollars to universities is to keep the in-state tuition down. And I think that needs to be looked at again, and just, have our legislature needs to draw a line in the sand and say, hey, if you want tax dollars, you have to match WVU in-state tuition. And whatever else you do with the money, we're not telling you how to do it. But if you want state funding, you got to match the neighboring states.
All right, so Scott, I don't know the answer. That's why I'm asking this question. Hopefully you have the answer. You bring up in-state tuition costs. So what is Penn State in-state tuition cost, and what's WVU's?
Last I looked, Penn State is, I think this is to go to State College. Room and board and tuition is something like $27,000 a year.
Okay.
I don't recall what the split is between the two, but it's significantly higher than the if you go to WVU. I don't have those numbers in front of me, but it's to be a West Virginia resident and go to WVU is a lot less expensive than to be a Pennsylvania resident and go to Penn State or to Pitt.
I'm seeing if I can find that real quick here. In-state tuition at WVU is $9,600 a year.
Okay.
As opposed to out-of-state is $27,000. Now,
yeah,
does that 96? I think that's just. This says tuition. It doesn't say whether that. No, tuition and fees. What fees are? I don't know. I don't know if that's.
Every school has that.
I know, but I don't know what they're referring to as fees. Is it the student activity fee that every school has, or are they putting, your meal plan on there as a fee?
I don't think the meal plan is included. The meal plan, as far as I recall, is included with your room and board, staying in a dorm. It's separate from the tuition.
Okay. So, all right. Penn State, in-state is over $20,000.
Yeah.
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 So you're at over a $10,000 difference.
Yeah. And, if Penn State wants to charge that much, that's good. But why are we shoveling state tax dollars to them or to Pitt if they're not?
Well, because they want to put an addition onto Nittany Lion Stadium.
Well, if they can do that through their endowment, knock yourself out.
Yes.
But if they want state tax dollars, it should be tied to keeping in-state tuition reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And a good place to go would be to match WVU's in-state tuition and say, hey, here's the conditions. You either meet it or you don't get the money.
Yeah.
Same with Pitt and the other state schools that we're shoveling state tax dollars to.
Well, I have known young people that they moved out of the area and down into West Virginia to establish residency, and after a year, they go to WVU.
I knew people personally as far back as the early 90s that were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That was when there wasn't as big of a differential as there is now. I mean, Penn State's just exploded in cost in the past 20 years.
And so that doing that, and Scott, I was not aware of the discrepancy here until you brought this up. But had this idea been put into practice years ago, we might not be losing the Penn State Eberly campus at the end of the year.
True. That's so true. I mean, I know here a year and a half or so ago, a guy I know was talking at a public meeting, and he said that his son in the area here could and did attend Geneva College in Beaver Falls, a private school,
mm-hmm.
and live on campus for less money than living at home and going to Fayette campus.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, it's just, that isn't what state-funded schools should be.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't get the cost down, I think our legislature and governor should say, sorry, if you want to charge whatever you want, then you do it without state funding.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that's the only fair thing to do.
Yeah. Now, I know when it comes to higher education funding in the state, so you have state schools such as Cal, IUP, Slippery Rock, Clarion, and then there are state-related schools, and I think it's different funding for the both. So state-related is going to be Pitt, Penn State.
Yep. Lincoln is one of them. I'm not familiar with them. They're out near Philly.
Yeah.
And I forget the fourth one. I think it might have been the medical school in Hershey or something like that was the fourth. I may or may not be correct.
Yeah.
On that one.
So, and I don't know the difference in funding between those two classifications.
There is a difference in there, but if they are getting state tax dollars significantly like we're giving, it ought to have strings attached that you must have in-state tuition reasonable. And if they want to make up the difference in out-of-state tuition, knock yourself out. But
yeah, well, you know, I've been saying for quite some time here. You know, college is great for some kids, and then there's always the complaint about the cost of going to college and the cost of student loans and forever paying it back.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
It is
employers, they really don't care where you got your degree. They just want to, if they require a degree, they just want to know that you have it.
Yeah.
They don't care where it came from, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your, you know.
On your major, you be better off at some places than others, and that might get you a foot in the door. I understand that. But, you know, you don't have to go to the $25,000 a year school, the $27,000 a year school like Penn State.
Yeah.
When you can go to, you know, Slippery Rock for half the cost and still get the same degree.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's half,
Yeah,
but it is less.
but rough, yeah. But hey, Scott, I got to run. Great chatting with you.
You too.
So we'll talk again soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Hey, there is a caller getting online too, but I got to take a quick break, and so they will be first up right after this.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
Now is the perfect time to upgrade your outdoor area with a new fence from All Around Fence Company. Conveniently located at 7896 National Pike, Uniontown. All Around Fence has been installing quality residential, commercial, and farm fencing for more than 45 years. Offering residential fencing including chain link, decorative aluminum, steel, and more, All Around Fence has the fence for you. All Around Fence is also your one-stop shop for Nutrena products and also carries livestock, equine, and pet supplies. So if you need to upgrade an existing fence, add a new gate, or are considering the installation of an all-new fence, All Around Fence has the answers you need. Visit them Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 1, or give them a call at 724-439-0331. To learn more, visit allaroundfence.com.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
You don't fix what's not broken. That's true. You don't replace what is working well. Jason Scott is doing a good job working as South Union Township Supervisor. Jason Scott utilizes his skills on a daily basis in the township office. Whether repairing storm drains, operating a plow truck, or working with his fellow supervisors on economic growth, Jason Scott is out there working for you all day, every day. Let's keep experience and integrity in the township. Keep Jason Scott, full-time South Union Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
If it's time for a change in decor in your home, let Chesler's Fine Furniture work their magic. Chesler's offers the finest in name brand home furnishings by famous makers and quality service to back up every sale. Chesler's has curios, consoles, and accent pieces that will underline your sense of style. Bedroom suits by Riverside, Pulaski, Von Bassett, Home Elegance, and others in many finishes and styles. There are living room suits by Best Upholstery, Craftmaster, Lancer, King Hickory, and Lazy Boy, each offering a distinct flair of comfort and design in assorted styles and fabrics. The largest selection of dinette sets in your choice of wood finishes. Chesler's also has exceptional bedding by the names you know and trust in your choice of size and firmness. And Chesler's offers genuine Lazy Boy recliners and living rooms for pure relaxing comfort. Delivery, layaway, and credit terms are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
And we're back as we start wrapping up hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. 724-438-4593. Back to the lines. Hello, thanks for waiting, and welcome to the show.
Yes, Russ, that gentleman who just spoke about WVU and Penn State, I can guarantee you he was never a student at either. I've been a student at both. I walked away from a full scholarship at WVU. The quality of education was so bad.
Okay.
That was years ago. They do have some good departments, mining, engineering, forestry. In the early 80s, the religion department, believe it or not, was very good. But their problem is they guarantee admission to every high school graduate from a West Virginia school. So, for instance,
I think Penn State does the same thing, Franklin.
Well, there's quite a difference between the schools in PA and West Virginia. Then, if that's so, because example, when I was there, the journalism department was graduating illiterates. They went to newspapers, couldn't write. So the school got a lot of complaints. So the accreditation people came back and said, well, they're going to have to take as an entrance exam a basic literacy test. Oh, no, you couldn't do that because if you had a degree from a high school in West Virginia, you were guaranteed admission. So they compromised, and seniors in the journalism program would take the test. Over half of them failed. They lost their accreditation for about 5 years as a result. My high school guidance counselor, when she heard I had a full scholarship there, told me absolutely don't go. I said, wait a minute, you got your master's there. She said, yes, and I know what they do in Morgantown is not education, and here is why. This is the other big problem. Grad students are allowed to teach courses. You have your bachelor's degree, and you're getting your master's, so you can teach a course there, like English or accounting or economics. These kids, most of them don't want to be teachers, don't care to teach, and don't know the subject.
Well, so I will say that both Pitt and Penn State do the same thing. Now, it's not that it's their own class. They are under the guidance of a fully tenured professor. And I blame that on the schools as well, because the tenured professors, they don't want to teach. They want to spend their time doing their research. And so that's why they have their teaching assistants to teach the classes for them.
Well, it might happen at Penn State now, but I can tell you when I was there, I used to have to go through the schedule and find out the classes taught by full professors. You could find some full professors, and there were some very good professors there. But my experience was awful. I can give you an example. I was down there, and it's a wonderful facility, by the way. I was using a photocopy machine, and there was a young woman ahead of me, one of these TAs. She was graduating, getting her master's in English, and she was photocopying a poem, Gray's Elegy in the Churchyard, one of the most important poems in the English language. And she was going off about why she had to study this poem. I said, you're going to be an English teacher. You're getting your master's. Everyone should know this poem. It's a poem after all. It's not, a huge book. And she just saw no reason. She just wanted to get out of school. This is what they graduate.
All right. Hey, Frank, I'd love to chat some more, but you know what's happening? CBS News is coming up, so I got to run.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Frank. Bye-bye. And that's true. CBS News is just around the corner, followed by TJ. He'll bring you the local news, sports, and information. This is WMBS Uniontown. It is 3 o'clock. Well, it's supposed to be there. I'm not hearing anything. I don't know why it's not coming up. I got all the buttons pushed. Maybe it's sunspots. I know we've been having problems with sunspots lately. And so maybe that's why CBS isn't coming through. So I'm just going to sit here and babble along until the sunspots get out of the way and CBS comes along here. There you go.
This is CBS
Talk
News
to you
on
next
the
week,
Hour,
everybody.
sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Authorities in California said today they've charged a man with starting a deadly and destructive fire back in January. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Haley.
We are announcing the arrest of 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht for igniting a fire that ultimately burned down the Palisades earlier this year, killing 12 people, destroying more than 6,800 structures, both homes and businesses, and damaging over 1,000 more buildings.
Authorities say Rinderknecht was arrested yesterday in Florida. Former FBI Director James Comey pleaded not guilty today to charges he lied to Congress 5 years ago. It's a case his lawyers may argue is politically motivated. Legal contributor Caroline Polisi.
As a defense attorney, I would think that his attorneys will be requesting discovery sooner rather than later, fleshing out exactly what the government is alleging that Comey has done wrong, because that indictment, it is, paper thin. There is not much information about what the government is essentially alleging.
Comey's indictment